Yo, what is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cole with my boy Matt, bringing you the first edition of the FatherSonCast. And before this gets into underway, I want to give a quick shout out to Chase because this guy used to be my partner in crime for stuff like this, and he kind of just fell off the planet Earth. But no, but on the real, he had real life stuff going on. I don't know if he's told everybody what actually happened, so I'm just gonna keep that quiet. But I know what he's doing. So yeah, but yeah, shout out to Chase. Missed you, buddy. But yeah, we got Matt here now. Got the father son cast. If you guys didn't know, I'm the COD father. He's the COD son. But yeah, we're gonna do a quick run through of champs. I think me and Chase recorded the precast. I don't even know if Chase recorded and uploaded the pre-champs one. But yeah, the plebcast used to be on Chase's channel, but I'm gonna continue the content and do it on my channel now since Chase is gone. But this is gonna be a quick run through of champs first of all, and then the last topic's going to be the spicy one, and where it got announced today that COD is going back to 4v4 and what that means for teams and all that. But champs, what they start? I think they started in losers round one. It was Optic versus Gorillas. Were you there for this one? Were you at work? Do you remember? This was a while ago though. I don't know. Optic versus Gorillas. I don't even remember much of this match, and that's saying something.
I don't even. I don't remember. I don't remember where I was. TBH. I know, like some of them, like were on my day off, so I got to watch them, and then some of, like the majority of them, were the day I worked. So like I missed a lot of matches.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is I'll probably be the one going more in depth on these because I watched a lot more than Matt did. So yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. This one is one I don't really remember. I might have been asleep, to be honest with you, to keep it 100%.
I mean, we both might have been asleep, low-key.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure I probably was, because I think I woke up and I was like, oh shit, yeah, it actually started.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, well, I guess I'll catch the next match.
Facts. Shoutouts to work for keeping my sleep schedule actually torched. But very quick run through of this. Optic Gaming won 3-2 over the Gorillas. It's not shocking. Bet it's probably a lot closer than people thought, but I had Optic taking this one. Yeah. No, enough said about that one. Nothing to talk about. But this one, next one is Paris Legion and Seattle Surge. This one's like kind of shocking, but not really at the same time with how Seattle was, or how bad Seattle was like throughout the year. But Paris Legion 3-0'd them. But the thing was for me is I thought Seattle was at least gonna take a map or bring it game 5, but no, they just got smoked. Simple as that. I don't know. Where did it? I'm just gonna go up to winners round 1 at this point. I don't remember the exact order. I am bad for not remembering the order in the matches, but we're just gonna go to winners round 1. New York versus Rocker. Were you there for this one? I remember watching this one.
Nope.
Fantastic. New York 3-1 Rocker. I'm not shocked. I had New York winning this one as well, but I thought it was going to be closer. I thought Rocker were going to at least take a game 5, but they didn't. Next one. Toronto Ultra versus Royal Ravens. Toronto Ultra ended up winning 3-1. You probably weren't there for this one if you weren't, because they were the same day. But this one was hella unfortunate. I remember thoroughly because this is when like the booting started happening and Zero got booted offline. And
I was not there for that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't come in. Because like I said, I was at work, so I saw like bits and pieces of things on Twitter. Like, because like I can look at my phone, obviously, like if I'm not busy. So if I wasn't busy, I'd look at my phone and look at Twitter, see what was going on. And then I just like my entire timeline was just about mainly when when I first started seeing about the booting thing was Dashy being subbed in for the S&D, and people were like, "Oh, Dashy rolls out of bed to play a $100,000 one and done wager."
Yeah, that was a huge problem. Um, and I just want to throw a side note because I'm actually an idiot because on the bracket that I have pulled up, it does say the days that they were played, and I didn't see it till now. So I'm actually retarded. I just want to throw that out there. But
I'm on Millennium's website, and they have like all the matches and the score lines.
no, yeah, I have it pulled up on the Call of Duty League website, but it does say like which day they were played on every round, and I didn't realize that till now. But anyways, yeah, this is the first match where a booting issue occurred. Uh, I think it was Toronto just won the Dom, so they were up 2-1 in the series, and then they went to Game 4, and Royal Ravens were up. I think it was like 20 or something. Like they had it wasn't like a substantial lead to where they were gonna win, but like they had a decent enough lead. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just past the because they made a new rule about disconnecting or whatever, where if it's after a certain point of the of score.
150 points
Yeah,
combined.
yeah. So it's after a
Hmm.
certain score, you couldn't reset. But if it was before that, the match could be replayed. And it just happened to be after the threshold.
The
And
funny thing is, I watched that match uh on break when Kenny lagged out.
this is
I
no,
actually did
this
get to
is
watch that one.
oh for the optic. Yeah,
Yeah, the optic one.
the
And
optic one happened 2 days later. Shockingly enough, which is
ugh,
weird. But
Maven and Merc both thought it was 150 points if one team had 150 points, not
no,
a
yeah, I
combined
remember
total.
that. I remember
I was sitting in the break room going, "It's 150 combined. It's 150
that.
combined."
Nah, yeah, it was just unfortunate because I think Royal Ravens could have potentially definitely brought it to Game 5 versus Toronto. But either way, Royal Ravens had to London had to play 4v5 because it was past the threshold, and they ended up losing 3-1. So just unlucky, to be honest. So London, that's how London got sent down to losers bracket. But they ended up making quite the run. So
Yes, they did.
next day is winners round 2, and we had Huntsman versus New York, and Huntsman won that 3-2. It was on a Friday. I don't know if you worked, but it was an insane match. It was
I got to
nuts.
watch part of it because I had to go to work. I'm pretty sure I had to go to work. I wish I would. Can it tell me the time, please?
No, yeah, it was this
I
match
think
was
I
super
actually think
crazy.
I think I had the day off. I'm pretty sure because I remember watching.
It was Friday. It was a Friday,
Yeah,
but
because remember we had Whitey wanting to play with us, and I was like, I'll play after the Huntsman match.
oh yeah, 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 that is true. But
And after that match, I was like, I'm gonna watch the Ultra Mutineer match
yeah, uh-huh.
on my second monitor, and
Yeah,
we can play.
we played during that Yeah, I remember now. But
Mm,
this one was insane. I mean, Huntsman win a lot of game 5s this weekend. Like they went to game 5 a lot. But
mm-hmm.
Huntsman ended up taking this one 3-2. That's not. I thought Huntsman were gonna win it more convincingly. They honestly should have, but they didn't. But it's whatever. They still got the dub at the end of the day. But this one probably shocked a lot of people. Honestly, it didn't really shock me that much. Like I had Florida winning this match. I predicted it, but it's not really shocking that Toronto won this match against Florida. To be honest with you, because like Toronto just won the last home series before this event, and then Florida started looking like they were on a decline, and then Toronto was on the up. You know,
Yeah,
they looked like they were
the
getting
up
better.
climb.
Yeah, so it's like a good mix of both. Ended up, making Florida just didn't look good. It is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah,
Mm.
shouts to Toronto winning that match. That was a huge upset. What was the next day? Next day was
Winner, winner.
losers round 2 and winners round 3. Oh, cause so they
Yeah,
played losers matches first. Optic 3-0'd Rocker. So I predicted Rocker, honestly, and I think in my bracket builder, but I'm not completely shocked that Optic just 3-0'd them because Optic were looking good at Toronto the last home event before Champs 2. They were looking really stellar. But I just thought because based off like the things that I saw on Twitter and stuff like that, Minnesota was always frying in scrims. Like every player on Minnesota would tweet out like went like 9-1 map count today in scrims or like some stupid like they were really good in scrims, and then they just showed up to the event, didn't play well, bro. It's crazy. I don't know, but that's why I personally had Rockery, at least making it closer, winning. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, not a 3-0.
Not a yeah. I did not see a 3-0 coming.
I loved what was it, Hollow? Because I think it was like Exceed or something. Quoted Optics tweet
Oh
saying,
yeah.
Ask him how they played in scrims," and then, and then I think it was either Draza or Hollow quoted hit that tweet saying, "We 3-0'd when it mattered."
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that too. That's funny, but like it, bro. That is a testament though, because I think it was even before the. I can't remember which, like like the TP show or the how TP goes one on one with the players. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's the Barracks, right? The
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Mhm.
So he went on like the one where he went with Silly. Even Silly then said that they were always like playing super well in scrims all year. Like all year they were like stellar in scrims, like dropping like 1 to 2 maps every day. So it just kind of shocks me that when it came to home series, they just I don't know where they went.
Couldn't show up.
Yeah, but
They
regardless,
do that well in practice, and then it comes game time. They're like, "All right, throw everything out the window."
yep, pretty much. That's literally exactly what happened from what it sounds like. It's crazy. But next match, Royal Ravens versus Paris Legion. Royal Ravens 3-1. Not shocking there, to be honest. I only had I only had Paris Legion going like I had Paris beating Seattle, but then I didn't have them going any further than that. So I don't know. There's not much to talk about there. That's not shocking.
Yeah, I didn't fill out the bracket because I figured I'd be working a lot during champ, so I was like, I'm not even gonna bother filling one out.
Makes sense. But next match, this one was crazy, bro. FaZe versus Huntsman. I honestly think if Huntsman like win this match, they probably win champs. I feel like, dude, that game 5 Ramaza versus FaZe was crazy, bro. Abizi clutched the hell up. It was like game 5 round 11 and Abizi wins a 1-on-1, I think. I think it was versus Formal too. But I don't know. It was crazy. That match is insane to
You're
watch.
talking about round 10?
I
The
thought
round
it
10.
I thought it went round 11. FaZe versus
Are you
Huntsman,
talking
right?
about are you talking about map 2 or map 5?
Map 5.
No, it was round 10.
Oh.
Formal was in a 1v2, and he was trying to
He killed
he
one.
got yeah, but it was like super like he should have killed him like a long time ago. And then because he wasn't sure if he killed him or not, he re-peeked, and Abizi got him weak, and when he backed up, and Abizi just
Yeah.
I wouldn't say ego chowed him, but just hunted him down because he knew he was weak.
Knew he had the gunfight win because yeah. But
Yeah.
that match was insane, bro. Like Huntsman. I mean, Huntsman's a team that can make a losers bracket run, but like I feel like if Chicago would have won that match, Huntsman's a team that like would have definitely won champs if they would have stayed in winners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if FaZe would have went to losers here, FaZe is a team that could win champs from losers more than Huntsman can, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I feel like that was the dagger. That was the dagger right there of Huntsman winning champs. Not that I didn't believe in them still, but yeah, that was just nuts.
Yeah.
And then the last match of that day was Dallas versus Toronto, and it went game 5. So many game 5s, bro. Crazy. But
I'm just thinking, imagine if Huntsman won, and then imagine if Ultra won.
yeah, that'd be nuts. Be crazy,
Mhm.
bro. I feel like if that would have happened, bro, Huntsman would have definitely won champs. Chicago would definitely be fucking the champs
Yeah, because
winners
they
right
went.
now.
If Ultra would have won and Huntsman would have won,
FaZe
I feel
and
like
FaZe and
I
Dallas
feel
are
like
losers.
and I feel like Huntsman would have won probably 3-1, maybe 3-2 in winners final, and sitting pretty in grand finals. Plus
Yeah.
they go up a map already. In grand finals. And then I feel like maybe it would have been more entertaining because maybe like whoever comes out of losers probably puts up more of a fight than what the finals actually was.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
So I think maybe like if they would have played like Dallas, I think maybe Dallas would have taken that S&D, the first S&D, or not the first S&D, but like Huntsman would have gone up 2-0, won the hard point, and then Dallas would have won like the S&D, and then they're both really good at Dom. So I mean, the Dom could have been a coin flip, so it could have been tied 2-2. I feel like if Huntsman would have been in grand finals from winner's side, going up one map and playing
Either,
FaZe or
yeah,
Dallas, I feel like it would have been a better match.
it would have been a lot closer of a series for sure, to be
Mm.
honest. But
Because I saw so many tweets after Dallas won. People are like, "Well, that was anticlimactic."
oh, it really was. But Dallas ended up taking Toronto 3-2. I mean, shouts to Toronto for keeping it close. Like I said, they looked really good towards the end of the year. But
Yeah, and making it further than probably a lot of people thought. They probably thought that they would beat London, and then that they either would have won a really close game against Florida, or that Florida could have maybe pulled it out and beat them and send them to losers.
yeah,
But yeah, shout out to Toronto for
going a lot farther than people thought.
yeah going winners three, making it to uh. Bro, imagine being in winners three and you lose and you get moved up around. Like, well, we made it to the fourth round.
Yeah. Either way, though, next day was losers round 3 and losers round 4. So losers
Mm-hmm.
round 3 was Optic versus Optic versus Florida.
Florida.
Sorry. Optic 3 of them again. Like I said, I'm not terribly shocked about that because, like I said, Florida just started looking terrible. To be honest, like they just started to not look good at all towards like Toronto home series in this event. They just didn't look good. They literally came into champs and didn't win a series.
Mhm.
It's crazy, but yeah, Optic 3 of them. This one was crazy too because this is the next one was London versus New York, and this is Zero versus New York. That's a good storyline right there. And Zero ends up, every time New York played London this year, Zero got the best of them when Zero got moved to London. That I mean, dude, Zero's got to feel good about that. Like you drop me and then you lose to me every time you play me. That's got to feel good, to be honest. But
You couldn't win with me, and you can't win without me,
exactly.
or you can't beat me without me.
But that one went game 5, and that one was nuts. Shawnee was literally a different beast this event. Like Shawnee played super well. um, Next round is Optic, or lose round 4, and it was Optic Huntsman. This is probably the best series all year long. Like, it's got to be the series of the year, without question. It's probably going to be the most memorable like one of the most memorable like series ever. To be honest, like it's going to be up there because it's Chicago Huntsman versus Optic. It's T2P and Hex versus their old brand
Mm-hmm.
at COD Champs. And it goes game 5, round 11, 1v1 Envoy versus TJ. That's, I don't know. You can't ask for anything better than that, like in terms of storylines. It's crazy. I can't tell you how many times I rewatched the round 11. Nuts.
At least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro, I even watched it when Seth put it out.
On his YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
because
crazy,
he
bro.
pretty because how Scump did it was he basically did like all the matches they won and only like the maps that they lost against FaZe. Because I mean, even though they lost against FaZe, like their comms were really good,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, like I said, they lost to the team that got second place at champs, so
Yeah.
can't be too upset about them losing to FaZe.
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel like that was their series to win, though. I feel like Huntsman literally fucking threw. To be honest, like That was their series, and the only reason, like with how good they were playing, um, like the only way they're losing is losing by the like to themselves more than the other team beating them, and that's how the FaZe Huntsman series was for sure. Like that was should have been without question. Like Huntsman was playing 10 times better than
Mm.
FaZe. They just kicked themselves in the ass by the mistakes they made. But it is what it is. What can you do about that, you know? But they ended up, I mean, Huntsman bounced back and losers super well. Like,
Yep.
uh, yeah, that you, dude. Like, I remember Hex going on like so many different podcasts too. Like, dude, that was crazy, bro. Like, I will never forget that series, bro, ever. Like, there's a series in most CODs that you don't forget, and that's gonna be one of them for this game for me. And this game is ass. Just throwing that out there. So the fact that I'm remembering a series in this game is something. But yeah.
I bet Formal can happily forget about the round 11 at champs against Cloud9.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, that I was like getting flashbacks, bro, because it was like, oh no, dude. I was like, oh no, not again to T2P, not again, bro. Holy, that would have sucked twice in a row. Champs, it goes into 1v1, and T2P's side just loses it. That would suck.
Oh yeah, that would,
That would be that would haunt my career forever. That's for sure.
oh yeah.
But next match after that one was London versus Toronto. London got their revenge. Not shocking, because London was super hungry to beat this team after the unfortunate circumstances that happened to Zero the first time they played him. So it's not shocking that London won and wanted revenge. And like I said, Shawnee was literally probably their best player, best player that series. Like he was nuts. He was crazy good.
He was frying.
He was literally frying.
Like even though I was at work, like I'd come home and Colt can attest to this. Like I would come home and just like watch the rebroadcast of matches,
Mhm.
and I'd come home and be like, don't. I was like, I know the outcomes of maps. I know like like this team won 3-1 or this team won 3-2 or 3-0, whatever. And I was like, I just want to see like if somebody went off or like how people were playing and like how close the maps were. And I mean, Shawnee was absolutely. He was a
Frying.
new. Yeah.
Yeah. Like where was the
He's like call me the EU formal.
dude? Like you watch Sonny play that series and you're just like, where the hell did this guy come from? Holy shit!
Yeah, I was like, weren't you on the chopping block in the beginning of the year?
I mean, he came off the bench and then like I think he came to starter when kind of they picked up Zero like along that timeline I think. But dude, wow, what a beast! Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
no, it was when rated because I'm pretty sure they swapped raid. They would swap rated for Shawnee
And then Jared got replaced by Zero when yeah
when they picked him up.
yeah. But yeah, either way, props to Shawnee, bro. What a weekend he had, to be honest.
Yeah.
So the next matchups, we get into the championship weekend. Uh, First matchup was on Saturday, and it was Chicago versus London, and Chicago took the 3-1. That is not surprising. As much as I thought, like, Shawnee showed up against Toronto super well, but it's like I didn't see London repeating that same process versus a team like Chicago, to be honest. And
Yeah.
London had
Especially going up against like Shawnee had to go up against formal.
yeah, and it's like London always struggled all year historically against Chicago, FaZe, and Dallas. So I didn't really.
Hey, at least if you do lose, you're losing to the top 3 teams.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
So
like it's not like you're losing to like Seattle or Paris.
I agree. That still hurts as a competitor though, because
Oh yeah.
that they want.
Any loss to these 12 teams are gonna hurt. Like
But
even like teams like Seattle and Paris, like yeah, they weren't the best all year, but I mean at the end of the day, all 12 of these teams are
Super,
top tier
yeah,
competitor
super
teams, and
talented.
they're all gonna hate losing. Yeah, I was gonna say like a team, also like a team like Gorillas, but Gorillas started turning it around later on.
Yeah, they were like super bad, and then Gorillas had like a 2 event spew where they were like, making it to semifinals, and then went down on the decline again.
They even beat Huntsman.
Yep. But yeah, I 3-1 Chicago, not incredibly shocking there. Next series though, whoever won this series for me was winning champs. Like is I For me personally, though, in the grand finals, I was cheering. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for FaZe just due to the fact that I wanted Sim to stay undefeated at champs. Like, what a crazy thing that would have been if like you turn 18 last year, it's your first champs, you win it, and then next year, you're in champs finals again, and you win it again. Like that would be insane to be undefeated at champs. That'd be crazy. Plus,
Yeah, I mean the grand finals was gonna be like kind of like historic or really special either way, because
yeah,
like you said, Simp would go back to back, be undefeated in champs, and then get his 2 rings in 2 years.
yeah,
And then
nuts.
on the flip side, you would have Krim and Clay getting their 3rd rings.
With
Shotzi winning his second ring, but in a different gaming
mhm,
title. Like he won Halo Champs last year, and then he'd win COD Champs this year, and in his rookie year,
yeah, that's
along
crazy.
with Illy. So you'd have Shotzi and Illy in their rookie years winning a ring, and
Just like
then
Simp did last year.
yeah, right, and then who finally getting his first ring.
Yeah. Like that was great. And also the reason why I rooted for FaZe in grand finals too, is because I'm a huge Priesta guy as well. I wanted to see him get a ring because he's always been like if you go think about like his like when he plays at champs, if you go like even like back in World War II, and then BO4, and then this game, right? He's gotten top 3 at least in every single one of them, which is crazy. Like I think Preston deserves a ring. Like he's super good. But
Yeah,
regardless,
especially World War Two is
yeah,
because World War Two you went from playing open bracket.
and then got
to-
fourth at the event
Yeah,
that you're in open bracket with FaZe, and then they stayed together all year. They broke up the Optic Dynasty. Yeah, they were just I don't know, like Preston's super good, bro, and the fact that like he might be he might be the most versatile player ever, bro. No bullshit. Cause like on that World War II team, he was like main AR for a while. Then he switched to sub, and then uh comes around BO4. He's the main AR for FaZe again, like that same FaZe roster. Add Celium onto it. Um, he switches to he they ended up not qualifying for the league. He goes to 100 Thieves and runs main SOG and still fries. You know what I'm saying? Like he might
yeah,
be the most versatile player ever, bro. And he's so good at whatever he does. It's crazy. But
yeah.
either way, uh, Dallas versus FaZe. Um, Dallas ended up taking that series winners finals. Yeah. Next matchup was
Chicago
Chicago
phase.
FaZe rematch, and FaZe took that again. It was close.
Yeah, all four maps were close. Okay, not really the Dom, but then again, I mean, you also gotta think like that very last second, you get that extra tick, which can bring it closer.
No, yeah,
But
it was just nuts. Like both of the Chicago FaZes game were crazy. Definitely a definitely series that Chicago is gonna kick themselves for because they definitely could have won both. To be honest, they honestly should have won both, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, FaZe just clutched up more than Chicago did, so kind of what decided that for FaZe. But either way, grand finals time. FaZe versus Dallas. Dallas did look like the better team this weekend. I gotta admit, or like the whole tournament, to be honest. Like Dallas looked like they were unbeatable. So it was gonna be hard for FaZe, but it's not like it's not like FaZe wasn't a team that could pull it off. They definitely could have. But yeah, the series is kind of anticlimactic. It was like 5-1 map count. Like,
Yep.
kind of wish it was a little closer. Went down to distance, like game 9. That would have been crazy. But either way, Dallas wins 5-1 map count. They did it pretty convincingly. Clay and Krim have 3 rings. Shotzi's the only player in esports history to have a world championship ring in 2 different titles. Illy
Makes
has
it even better that he did it back to back.
Yep.
Last year won Halo 5 champs, and then right out the gate of this COD wins another ring.
And he was regular season MVP too to top it all off, which is also nuts in itself. Hugh gets his first ring. That's a guy that deserves it as well. Hook's always been a beast. But yeah, Krim is probably the undisputed GOAT now. There's no like argument about it. Most earned money in terms of money has over $1 million earned with Clay. 3 rings. That was like the only thing holding him back from being the undisputed GOAT, because Karma was the only one with 3 rings. Like Krim always had more chips, but he didn't have the 3rd ring. So now Krim is, without question, unarguably the GOAT of Call of Duty. But yeah, it's got my top 4 in terms of GOATs right now would probably be Krim, Karma, Clay, then Seth.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. But yeah. Shouts to Dallas. One person I'm super happy for that won a ring was Illy. I'm a huge, Matt knows this. I love Ender, bro. Been watching him for a long time. Yeah, I super happy that he won a ring first year, just like Sim did last year. I saw it coming too, to be honest. Like, holy Ender, I knew Ender was going to be something special, just like Simp was when he entered the league. So, but yeah, that was champs. Shouts to Dallas again for winning the first inaugural season of the Call of Duty League. Next we get into the spicy topic, which is I literally woke up like me and Matt were literally talking about it last night. We were playing World War II ranked and talking about how crazy the potential was if like roster mania would be if it went to 4v4. And then I wake up the next day today, and the first tweet I see is from the COD League, and they announced 4v4. But holy smokes, that is huge for COD. Like, I didn't mind 5v5, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think everyone can speak for itself. Like, literally everyone in the COD community can say that 4v4 is arguably better for COD. So, yeah. But either way, what makes it even more spicier is the fact that it's pretty much confirmed that the league is not going to branch out and get more franchise teams next year either. So we're going to have the same 12 teams, and 12 players are 100% getting shafted and not going to be pro next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel bad for whoever gets shafted, but the competition,
especially on the Dallas team.
Yeah, I don't think anyone on Dallas though is going to be like out of the league next year.
Well, yeah, especially with Chicago and FaZe.
Yeah, like all of those players on Chicago, FaZe, and Dallas, like they have to drop a player. Don't get me wrong, but you know for damn fact, whatever roster shuffles happen, all the players on Chicago, all the players on FaZe, and all the players on Dallas are going to be in the league next year. Like, without question. There's no if, and, or buts about that. Like, I would be shocked if one of them gets shafted out of the league. The only way that one of them doesn't play in the league next year is if someone retires from those 3 teams. That's it. If they don't do that, they're going to be in the league.
Yeah. And realistically, the only people that would retire would be Clay, Krim, Gump.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it from this year. Because the rest of them are really young and have
Yeah.
no reason to retire, really.
But like Seth's not going to retire. You know, like for a damn fact, it's going back to 4v4. It's Treyarch. Seth's going to want to play.
And he fries on 4v4.
Yeah, Seth's going to play.
Yeah. And Krim, you damn know Krim's not retiring.
What Krim stated himself is he wants to get to, because I think who was it, Ogre 2 that has like 40 chips in his respective esports. He wants to pass Ogre 2 first before he retires. So, Krim's playing. The only person that's been like kind of like making jokes, I don't even know if they're jokes about it, is Clay. I've seen him tweet and respond to people he's been very vocal about like why didn't it go 4v4 at the beginning of this year, you know what I'm saying, before franchising, because now he like obviously loves his team to death and now they have to drop a player. And then I saw a tweet from CDL Intel saying who would you drop, trying to get people to reply and see who they would drop from Dallas if they had a choice. And Clay responded to that tweet saying, "This might be my last hurrah." And that makes me incredibly sad. If he's actually being dead ass.
I mean, I can, but then again, at the same time, I could see Clay doing that, because Clay's that kind of guy. He would be like, I'd rather take myself out than have to make the team drop like a Illy, Shotzi,
or Hook.
Yeah, because they're all three super young and everything. And I mean, if anything, even if he retires, he could still stay within Dallas Empire and help them along with Rambo.
Yeah, who knows?
And keep them on top.
Like, it would just I don't want to see Clay go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to keep pounding it in, because he's the oldest player in the league, and I want him to prove that it doesn't matter what your age is, and you could still fry. You know what I'm saying? Because Clay during champs fried every single I think he had an off series, but that happens. But Clay fried at champs, and so I just want him to prove people wrong. Keep going until 30 plus and prove to people that it doesn't matter what your age is. Because people talk about retiring at 25, 26, and Clay's 28, still winning rings. So I don't know. I've made it publicly known that I'm a Chicago fan. I always root for Chicago when they're in events. But outside of my favorite player, regardless of me being a Chicago fan, is Clay, and it always has been. So I would be super sad if he went. But
yeah, especially after winning a championship.
I mean, I can't knock the fact that that'd be a dope way to go out, though. You go out on top. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Peyton Manning did when he retired from the NFL. He won a Super Bowl and then dipped. So.
Yeah, especially after Peyton Manning achieved all the things that he's achieved in his career.
Yeah,
which Clay, it would be the same way for Clay, pretty much.
Yeah, Clay would be going out the same way, and tying the goats in rings, going out 3 rings.
And actually, just saw a tweet, Krim saying the people that have 3 rings alongside with him were both his duo.
Yep.
And Karma and Clay.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it'd be a super dope way to go out, off a champs win and stuff like that, with all of it he's accomplished. And for damn well fact that if Clay were to end up going, because he's realistically speaking, he's definitely the one that's most realistic to go if someone went. But, if he ended up retiring, for damn fact that Clay's not screwed if he retires. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get he's got a super big brand for himself. If let's say he went to content creation, he'll live fine. Uh,
Oh yeah.
or he can get like he would have plenty of opportunities, and that's yeah. But I guess that's the one thing good going for Clay is he's built such a good brand for himself. Like, because it's always been like even in the past before this year, like it's always been people's number one team or the number one supported team was Optic or Hex's team always. And then if they got knocked out, who would people go for next? Clay. That was always the next favorite, no matter what Clay's team was. So, yeah. I just don't want to see him go, man. That would be sad. I would literally freaking I don't know what I would do without seeing Clay's hype in the league and shit, bro.
I go cry in a corner.
Facts. Like I think that's why I like him so much because I mean you know how hype I get during matches, even in fucking rank play World War II, bro. I'm the same fucking way. I'm exactly the same as Clay. I fucking scream, I gas people up, and
Except on Arden's Force when we both have interest. Then we're just laughing the entire match.
True. But dude, that's probably why I idolize Clay so much, is because me and him have the exact same personality. So, but either way, outside of those teams, that's where the 4v4 like not expanding gets really crazy. Cause like people on LA Gorillas, I feel kind like even though Seattle had a terrible year, I still feel confident enough that like all of those players, relatively speaking, besides like maybe like Proto and Pander, like slacked apathy and Octane will probably be on the starting spot. You know what I'm saying? Regardless
and if
regardless of
anything,
the
they'll
year.
probably pick up someone from FaZe, Dallas, or Chicago.
Like they'll be like those three players, regardless of the year they had with their team, will be fine.
Yeah.
No matter where they, no matter where they go either. Like they'll be on a starting spot.
And one of the things I heard off of Twitter was if someone has to get dropped, they're talking about like people getting dropped, and they're saying I saw a lot of people speculating if Pristine gets dropped, that they're saying RCDs might go with him.
Yeah, that was a huge speculation too. Like that's like as sad as that is, I could kind of see it too. But let's see, like let's say it is formal, like T2P and Dylan Envoy. I don't know. Like I'm just thinking, they probably do get another AR, but I don't know how much I am a fan of like formal. Like let's say they do get a player like Octane, which would be nuts. But how well do Formal and Octane work together though? Because they're both both
AR players,
both main ARs. You kind of run into like the problem that Optic had after the Dynasty broke up, and they picked up like I know Optic's initial plan was to pick up like Zuma and Octane. That would have been nuts, right?
Yeah.
But they ended up picking Methods and Octane, and that was kind of a problem because they're both like statue main AR players, and the sad part is Methods got picked up as the flex because he was like when Methods was on Rise in World War II, he was the flex, and he won a VP being the flex. But
and then he comes to Optic, and then Octane had to be the flex.
Yes, like they picked up Methods to be the flex, and Octane ended up being the flex for some reason, which is I don't know. And that's Octane's not a flex. He's an AR. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could see that problem happening if Formal and Octane were together. That's definitely a problem that's occurring. So I don't.
And the only thing that you could do really is have Formal become the flex.
Yeah, and historically speaking, how well is that ever? Besides Ghost, but Ghost doesn't count. Ghost is a game of 4 vectors, anyways. Like that game doesn't count.
And you don't run a Remington until like CTF, not CTF, but like Blitz or Dom and S&D.
And it's like
other than that, it was only 8 vectors.
The only map you ran like 2 ARs on was Octane. You know what I'm saying? Like Octane had 2 ARs, but other than that, it was like maybe you run on AR on Freight Dom, maybe. I'm trying to think of all the maps.
like just try and get like basically somewhere where they have like a really OP position for a Remington to sit, like freight top, like setting top browner,
Top
going
red, top
top yeah,
white.
third story if you can get to that positioning and stay alive.
But other than that, that game, that game, Formal did run like a sub more predominantly, but that game did not count for like counting Formal running a sub ever because that game was vector heaven. So
Yeah.
like historically speaking, even before the Optic Dynasty broke up, they did try having Crim run main AR and Formal like running a third sub in like London Dock St. Marie before they broke up, and it didn't fucking work. It just didn't work. So I don't know. Like if Arcides goes with his brother, let's say, they're not picking up Octane. That would be dope to see, but they're not doing it. Um, I'm just trying to think of who potentially they pick up.
Imagine if they get Priest though.
They, I mean, they could.
If
I don't
if
know.
if if FaZe ends up dropping Priesta,
Out of all people,
I
they
mean
drop Preston. Like that'd be great. First of all, I'm not knocking that. It's not a possibility, but that'd be crazy.
yeah. I'm just saying like if that does happen, I wouldn't be shocked to see Preston go to the Huntsman.
Yeah. I mean, regardless if Arcides leaves, which I don't know if I see that happening though, because like Preston, or I saw also Prestini tweeting that like he wants to run his own, because he's always been like that main aggressive sub role, but when he was coming up in Black Ops 3, he had an AR, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I
I
saw
mean, he went on that 15 streak
running an
on
AR,
Hackney.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I saw Preston that he kind of wants to run his own role, like that he wants to do. So that could also like potentially having the twins split up again, because Arcides runs a like AR flex. So if Preston wants to do the same thing, then you know.
Yeah, you can't have two of them.
Yep. So who knows? I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. Like I'm just trying to think of players that could like get absolutely shafted, because like like we were talking about last night, you have people like Gunless and Dashy still sitting on the bench as well that you got to come into like consideration with, that they could, for damn fact that what's it called? For damn fact that they're gonna get starting positions next year too.
I mean, that would be a great way for Dash to come back. Like, especially like because originally in MW he wanted a team with Formal and Scump. I mean, say the twins do stay together and they leave, that would be a pretty good pickup for
Yeah, I'd be picking
Huntsman
up. I'd
because
be picking up. Dashy could
Dashy
run a
proved that
flex.
he can. Yeah, he could definitely run a flex.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. Like I said, like you have people on people's benches too that are extremely talented, like Gunless, like Dashy, that aren't not gonna be on starting spots next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that means
I mean, or you could just see Huntsman just pull Gunless back in
I
and be if that's if Arcides and Preston both stay together and leave.
the only thing I don't like about that is because I know a lot, like Formal and Gunless have tried to team a lot and it just never works. Like they team together in BO4, like because Formal always wanted to team with Gunless, and then Gunless ends up benched on that team as well, and then he's benched this year. So I don't know. I just don't see that. Gunless will be on a starting team, but it won't be with the Huntsman. 100% won't be with the Huntsman. But he will be on like the competition next year is going to be crazy. You have no idea who the top team is going to be, because like Huntsman, FaZe, and Dallas, relatively speaking, should still be fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have players like Dashy and Gunless, like whether they get picked up by the Huntsman or FaZe or Dallas or not, they're gonna go into another franchise, and whatever team they're gonna be on is going to be fucking scary.
Yeah, because 4v4 allows like one person to go off,
Yeah,
and
it has more takeover ability than 5v5 does. So it's like
and any of those people on those benches have the potential to do that on another roster somewhere else.
Yep.
Like Gunless has the potential to take over a map.
So does
Dashy has the
Dashy.
potential.
Yeah.
I mean, Dashy pretty much did it in BO4.
He
He had
literally.
moments in
Oh
the
yeah. He literally won maps by himself in 5v5, and that's crazy.
like when he got the 5 piece
Oh,
against E6.
yeah. Like I don't know. And we're not going to ignore the fact that Dashy did what Dashy did in Champs too. Woke up, crusting his eyes, fucking comes in on a Piccadilly S&D, fucking snipes their fucking heads off, plays 100k one and done, then goes back to bed because they won. Like,
That'd be life. Just after you win 100 grand and be like, all right, I'll see. You all know my PayPal. I'm going back to bed.
Head ass, bro. I could only imagine. Like Kenny's getting booted offline. Yo, Dashy, come play round 11, bro. And Dashy's like, 100k one and done. Hold my beer, I got this.
He's like, I get the snipe, right? He's like, of course. All right, we got the dub.
Dead ass, dude. That was nuts.
He's like, you want BO4 sniper Dashy, or you want like World War II sniper Dashy?
I mean,
Like, we want BO4. All right, I got you.
I mean, dude. But that proves that alone in itself. That series alone, he comes in and plays 100k one and done and absolutely fries, and then like, do you really expect him not to be on a starting roster next year? How could you not see him on a starting roster next year?
Exactly.
But I don't know. Roster Mania is about to be one for the goddamn history books. I know that for a goddamn fact. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
The only bro, I'm just trying to think of players that are going to get shafted. I think Proto's definitely getting shafted. Proto's definitely going to be one of those players getting shafted. He's probably not going to be on a starting spot. Sorry, Proto, but it is what it is.
You had a nice run, buddy.
You had a nice run. You got
to throw your stock out there.
I talked about it in the podcast with Chase. I think they should have subbed in Proto a lot earlier in the year, because they subbed in Pan, like they kept taking in, bringing back in Enable, and then subbing out Pander again, and bloody, like they should. I honestly think that Proto should have got the opportunity before Pander did, because the roles made more sense if Proto would have came in when Ian got subbed out initially. But that's besides the point. You're still getting shafted. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of other, like someone on Paris. Honestly, in my opinion, is definitely getting shafted.
I don't see it being Kismet.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, or Dens. Like Dens is nasty.
Zed
AI.
too. It's got to be like Luca or Shocks, to be honest with you. And that's crazy in itself, to be honest with you, because those are both good players. But it's got to be one of those two on that team. Like, if someone's getting shafted on that team,
if I'm putting money on one, I'm probably putting money on Luca getting dropped.
Yeah, because Shocks has been like a staple. Like, he was one of those Mind Freak staples before, the league. And yeah, Shocks is super talented. And so is Luca.
And the fact that he was competing while going to college.
But yeah, I'm just trying to think of players like I'm going through every team and thinking of a player that could potentially get shafted. Proto for sure. Pander maybe. You know what I'm saying? On Seattle, Pander's like a maybe. He might be on the starting roster, might not be. Who knows? But Proto for sure, I don't see starting. Like I said, and then Paris, like I said, it's got to be Shocks or Luca. Because I think Dens has had his superstellar moments and proves that. And I think Dens proves every year that, like, because I think, was it Reciprocity last year? He wasn't starting, and then he comes in the starting roster and absolutely fries for them. You know what I'm saying? As a main AR. So I think Dens has proven himself over and over again that he deserves to be a starter in the league. So, and you know damn well that Zed and Kismet have proved themselves too. So that's why I don't see it being them three. What's another? Someone on LA Gorillas is definitely getting shafted. I pray to goddamn fact that it's not Blast. I don't think he deserves to be shafted. But someone on there is getting shafted. I'm just trying to think of who it would be. Who's that team? It's
It
Aqua,
was Aqua
Aqua
Blast
Blast, Saints, Decimate,
and Vivid.
Vivid. See, I think Vivid proved himself. I don't think Vivid's getting shafted. I don't think Blast should be shafted. And the crazy thing is that at that point, it's got to be like Nado, Aqua, or Decimate. And what like those three players. Decimate's super good. Came up in the S&D scene. But I think it might be Decimate. Like, what has he done? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was supposed to be like a player like Decimate was hyped up by the pros and was supposed to be not like Simp or Illy level, but he was supposed to be pretty close. And Black Ops 4 was like his first year, right? And he was on that G2 roster that didn't qualify. He was not, and then he went to a starting roster somewhere else and didn't really like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Too much, and then he got on Envy with what was it, Chino and
World War II.
yeah.
And like,
I mean, granted, they made a decent run in champs.
but like, was he like impressing enough to like where he's a superstar? Not really, you know.
Not really. I mean, I was gonna say like Saints pretty much proved himself when he came back
Yeah,
to not get dropped.
I don't
So
know.
realistically, it would come down to Aqua and Decimate, but then again, at the same time, you gotta think Aqua is like
Aqua's been a
like their best main AR they could have.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
For me, it's either Decimate or Aqua.
and that's I don't know.
But I just see that Blast sticking up for Desi, and like wanting to keep Desi on the team.
I mean, we're not gonna like no team's gonna stay the same. Like teams are able to like. You're gonna see people on LA Gorillas go to different like you're gonna see franchises definitely swap players. Like no one's gonna stay on the same team. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about something like what I'm thinking of. I'm going through every team and thinking of a player who's not gonna be on a starting franchise roster, regardless of any team they go to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because just because LA Gorillas has to drop a player doesn't mean that LA Gorillas is going to stick as a team before. You know what I'm saying? They're
The
definitely
other
going to
one that's
split.
going to be interesting to see for me is New York.
Yeah, that's a good because that was supposed to be like a super stellar like all-star lineup too.
Because my thing is, you can't get rid of Mac because Mac had a really good year when he came in.
Yeah, Max gonna
and you know Zuma and Attach aren't going anywhere. And then
like
along
realistically speaking, like let's say New York stay together, they're gonna drop someone, but whoever they drop is gonna be a starter somewhere else. Which means, but that gets into the topic of all five New York players are probably gonna start next year, which makes it even more.
Just one of them is not going to be under New York,
and that makes it even more scary for like you know another franchise team because that it just gets crazy. Like it gets like I'm just curious to see which 12 players are fucked. There's going to be 12 definite players no matter what roster shuffles happen, what roster moves happen that are going to not start because the league is not expanding. So but what I do hope is I saw a tweet from from Codpedia that 12 players are definitely 100% getting shafted with the confirmation that the league wants to fulfill what they initially planned and have a full year of like being offline or LAN before they expand, which makes sense. Like I could see why they're not expanding because they had COVID-19 this season that stopped them from being full year on LAN. Like if this year was full LAN, they could have definitely expanded because teams would have got like if you're a team looking to buy into the league, that I don't know, COVID-19 or COVID in general just like stopped a lot of things from happening, and that's definitely one of them. I could see why the commissioner wants to see how a full year of LAN will be first before getting more teams in the league. That makes sense. That's a smart move, to be honest. To just like, because people will be upset if like we had an online league and some things were definitely bugged this year in terms of the league. You know what I'm saying? And then they get more teams. Like that would probably upset some people. So I could see why they wanted to see wait until they get a full year of LAN first. But that sucks for the players because, like I said, 12 people get shafted. And then what I do hope happens in terms of that as well is that they need to definitely spice up the challenger scene, because this year the challenger scene didn't get, like, it got loved, don't get me wrong, and a lot of challengers came up onto teams like, Hollow and Draza and Optic. Mac went to New York when Zero got dropped. He was in challengers. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of challenger people did go to the league, but since 12 players are getting shafted, I want to see more love to the challenger scene, like streaming every weekend that there's a challenger event, like, because the competition.
Like even the challenger champs didn't it was streamed and everything, but it never got tweeted out like that they were live with the challenger champs and stuff like that.
It didn't get the love that I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Because it was super crazy too, because like, I don't know, bro. Like because I mean, everyone knows, or if you don't know, I work for GB. So it's like I was helping work like probably a good 98% of the challenger events that happened this year. And so it's like the players were complaining about that when we came out with the GB dedicated servers in Modern Warfare, they never played on them. Just throwing that out there too. Like, all the challenger events were still in a custom game 12 Hz server online instead of our servers. But that's not the CDL decides that. That's not up to us. So, I just hope that the CDL. I think that the league definitely needs to show, with the amount of competition that's going to be in challengers too. Speaking that 12 players get shafted, the challenger scene competition is going to be crazy. So, like, and I've heard like a lot of people that have retired because it was 5v5 or because Modern Warfare was just not good are coming back this year too. Like, Nelson tweeted out he was coming back and he didn't want to play COD again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's just a lot of people that are tweeting out free agent that I never thought would see in competitive again. So, which makes the challenger scene even more crazy, including the 12 people that get shafted. So, yeah, there better be some damn love over there, because that scene's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's just the one thing I hope for that improves next year is challenger love. Because the challenger scene was crazy in itself, and now it's gonna just be even more competitive.
Definitely gonna be a passion pit next year.
It's going to be a goddamn passion pit. Like, Jesus Christ. Especially the NA scene. Like, wowzers.
Yeah, Singularity will probably run the EU scene like they always do. Like they did this year.
Like, I just want to throw this out there. The team that won ANZ champs won, like, it was Team War, right? Or no, Team War won EU. But whoever won ANZ,
Renegades.
Yeah, Renegades, bro. They went on like a nine win streak in challengers at one point. Like, they won 9 weeks in a fucking row. Like, that's the ANZ team. Whoever was on top is gonna stay on top. Period. Enough said.
I mean, that was the same way with Mindfreak, like when they had 2Ks and 5Ks and stuff like that. Mindfreak
whenever it was.
Mindfreak and Tainted Minds.
Yeah, but
like it was always those two like running it.
I don't like that scene's not going to change much. The EU scene, that one's kind of like up in the air because Singularity's good.
Team War was good.
Team War won champs, the Challenger champs for EU. Mad Cat's team was super good. Like, they have, like, EU people they'll be more competitive than ANZ for sure. Because ANZ is going to have one team that runs the entire thing all year.
Yeah, I mean, ever since like COD got worldwide, like competitively started going worldwide, it was always NA was number one in like competitiveness, then
Mm,
EU, then ANZ,
mm-hmm.
and it's just it's tough for the ANZ scene to like get anywhere because
Yeah,
like
it's true.
it's not so big. You can't really compete like against EU people because like connection and everything. Because
Uh,
like if the ANZ team, if the Australian team hosts, the EU teams are going to be on like 200 plus ping,
yep.
and then vice versa. And I mean, it's hard for them.
And it also doesn't help that an ANZ team doesn't have like a franchise spot at all either. Like the only people, like the only teams that are EU in the franchise league right now is Paris and London, and
And
those are
they're
both.
based in Cali.
Yeah, and I mean they live in NA now, so.
Yeah,
But the fact that ANZ doesn't have like a Sydney team or something along those lines, like Sydney something, uh, doesn't give like people in ANZ enough motivation to like play COD other than running the challenger scene because that's all they can do. So that
yeah,
should the only thing that makes the ANZ scene like super big again is if like not this year obviously because they're not expanding, but let's say next year like Sydney buys a team, right? Or something
yeah,
like that. That will spark the ANZ scene a lot more. But as of right now, there's going to be one team and one team alone that runs ANZ. That's
yeah.
that.
No, I actually just saw a tweet. Where was it? From Codpedia or Cod Gamepedia saying if the CDL had expanded just 1 year after it was affected by COVID, fans would have called
Mm-hmm.
the move greedy and rushed. They wanted to ensure a setup to run a league the way they originally intended before they looked to expand.
Yep. Which means they want to run a full land season before they, have.
Hmm.
Which, like I said, I respect. I respect that decision. That's smart. Like you don't want to rush, especially with COVID happening and the bumps that were in the league already when it was on land and then it got moved online and there was more bumps because no one predicted COVID. So yeah, I don't know. That's smart to want to have a full offline year first before expanding.
Yeah, especially like with the uncertainty of COVID, like we don't know how long it's gonna last.
Yep.
Because for all we know, all of Cold War could be online because of COVID, because
Yeah.
no one knows how long it's gonna be here.
You just gotta pray to God that COVID slows down a lot before next season starts. I mean, who knows, man? Either way, I mean, if I think from what that tweet states though is like Cold War definitely. With that being said, because they look to expand in 2022, which is the next season after Cold War, they look to expand, which means they have full intention of running land all year next year. That's basically what that means.
And if anything, I would not hate the idea if they started doing it like professional sports have been doing.
Yeah,
Like no one in crowds,
exactly.
and you only have the pro teams,
Yep.
and like an MLB pitcher for the Reds, Trevor Bauer runs his own like well he started a YouTube company or a vlog called Momentum where he takes you like behind the scenes of like MLB life and everything. And like if the CDL took the precautions and everything that like professional teams do, where they do like testings daily and like all take your temperature and all that, do that like before you get into the arena, and obviously still no crowds. Like you do that, I feel like they could definitely do land
Yes.
in cold like lands like
Throughout the
on
whole
schedule
year.
and everything.
Yeah.
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 And
They
if
just
anything, you get the teams to come out a couple days or maybe even like a full week early, just so they can get that
quarantine. Yeah.
quarantined,
100%.
and then obviously and then once they get there, do daily tests of making sure they don't have COVID and everything,
Hmm.
and like they're allowed to like be with their teammates and stuff, but and obviously they do it. They don't do the full 6 feet apart, but they like wear their masks because they know they're gonna be kind of close together. But they'll wear their mask with their teammates and like try and limit the interactions, like maybe only allowing to see like your teammates only,
Yeah.
probably.
There's definitely There's definitely a right way to go about it. We'll see what they do. I hope they go full land because, like, let's be honest, like, I'm so glad, like, I'm glad they continued the league regardless of COVID because, like, that's the beauty of us being an esport is that, let's say, this shit is uncontrollable. You can't see it coming, but we have the ability to go online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Professional athletes don't. They have to play in real life and take extra safety precautions. We have the beauty of being able to play from right in our fucking bedrooms because it's God,
Yeah.
and we're an esport. So thank
Yeah,
God.
you don't see professional sports like MLB, NHL, NFL. You don't see them going, okay, we're gonna go instead of playing, what we're gonna do is you guys are just gonna play at home and you're gonna play Madden.
Yeah, dead ass.
Madden's your season. You're
That
just gonna play Madden.
dead ass, bro.
I mean, at one point, that's what the MLB was doing when their spring training got cut short. They just started doing like they would do like professional teams would start doing like or professional MLB players would start playing like Madden the Show against each other, and it actually became pretty popular to do. So I mean, realistically, they probably could have done that instead of a 60 game season,
But
and
it's
like they could
like
have done that with the NFL too. But I mean, I still get it. Like
you can't,
you want to see those players,
yeah, you can't do that. Like
like you want to see Saquon, like the real Saquon running. You don't want to see a virtual Saquon, especially from Madden 20, just bouldering people over because of his card power.
nah, dude, yeah, that would have been like that's the beauty of us being an esport. At the end of the day, is we have the ability to go online. The NFL, NHL, fucking professional teams like that, they don't have the ability to do that at all. It's not even, you know what I'm saying? Like it just can't
Yeah.
happen. So,
And I
but
mean, it sucks, but I mean, they're doing the best that they can to ensure everybody's safety and no one has COVID. And if they have, and like, if someone does get it, they do the best they can to like quickly get them away from everybody
yeah,
and and then get them like once they get fully healed. I don't want to say healed, but like
recovered.
yeah, fully recovered from it, then they can come back. Obviously, they start them off limited on what they can do,
Yep.
and then once they're like 100%, then they come back to the team.
But that's also the beauty of the NHL, NFL, NBA, MLB. They have the money and the ability to do something like a bubble. COD
Yeah,
doesn't. COD
yeah,
can't do like a bubble. They don't. We don't have the money to do that. So it's like, thank God
yeah,
for us having the ability to be online because
yeah, and like and the ability to be able to play from home.
yeah, because without that, if we weren't able to do that, we don't have the money to do a bubble. If you
I
Googled
mean,
how
if anything, that's what the CDL could put in for Cold War is like having that money aside in case they want to do a bubble.
the only thing that scares me about that is Google how much the NBA bubble costs. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, yeah. I
It's
mean, even
stupid.
and just imagine this: the MLB is doing two bubbles.
Yeah.
They're doing an AL bubble for playoffs, and they're doing an NL bubble for playoffs. And
Uh,
just imagine one from the NBA and how much that cost. Imagine doing two bubbles.
Yeah, that's just like think that's the beauty of being as fucking rich as the NFL and the MLB and the NBA. Like you have enough money to do a bubble because COD, like I mean, COD could potentially be there in like 5 6 years if it goes that long. You know what I'm saying? But not now. No,
Just
hell
ask
no,
for a
no.
nice donation from the MLB, NHL, and the NFL. Be like, yeah, you want to chip in for us to get a bubble for our players?
But like you said, the best that COD can do is just have like they can't bubble because that first of all it costs a lot of money. Like you have to rent out one area for the players to live in all year, and that
Mhm.
also you got to take into consideration that like people like Seth and Clay, they live with girlfriends, potentially wives, that
Yeah,
would
or
they
like if Carmelo's competing, it would be a wife
yeah,
and a
and
kid.
a kid. So like
Yeah.
would they be okay with them going away for that long in a bubble? Probably not. You know what I'm
Where's
saying?
your husband? My husband's in a bubble.
So it's like it just makes it hard, man. Like
Yeah.
I guarantee you for a fact though, if the players were asked to do a bubble, like I know it's not gonna happen. Like the bubble's definitely not gonna happen. But
They'll
if
probably
the
go with that first option that we talked about, like
yeah,
going out a week early, quarantining themselves, doing daily
doing
tests and stuff like
no
that. But
crowds,
yeah,
yeah,
doing no crowds, and it's like just for like they'll be gone for like a week max, like a week or
yeah,
two max, and then they
exactly.
get to go home
Yep.
and stuff like that.
But it's like if let's say a bubble for some reason was an option or we were able to do a bubble, if you asked the players to do a bubble, would they say no? Hell no. They would do a bubble in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact all the players would
And
do a
the
bubble.
thing is like the players' girlfriends or whatever they are. I mean, girlfriend, wife, whatever. They're I mean, they pretty much know what they've signed up for going into the relationship, marriage, whatever the case is. They know what they signed up for, and they're not gonna be like, "I don't want you to go do this."
Yeah,
They're gonna
I
be
mean,
like,
because
"This
that's
is your
their.
this is your job, this is
Hmm.
your profession. Just be safe and go do what you gotta do."
It just makes it hard, man. Because for like, for a damn fact that some of the players will want to bring their wife, girlfriend, whatever, with them to the bubble. But would they? I don't know if they would ever be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
but
just
just
hard.
imagine if they do all of that and they do that, like that girlfriend or wife is gonna have to like stay in that room the entire time
Yeah, that
and
would.
cannot leave that bubble.
Yeah, just just makes it super hard.
Yeah,
So, and not only that, we don't have enough money to do one anyways, so it doesn't matter.
yeah.
But
But if I was a girl and my boyfriend or wife was like was a professional COD player or a professional esports player. It doesn't have to specifically be COD, but and they bring that up and be like, "Oh, we have a bubble." And it's like, "You want to come with me?" It's like, me go there and have to stay in that room the entire time, can't leave, or stay here where I can roam around and have more room to do
hmm
stuff, and I can go out and not have to worry about like all the like getting in trouble and
precaution
all the
bullshit with the league and
precautions stuff I
shit.
have to do. I'll
Yeah,
stay here.
yeah,
I'll
facts,
stay here.
facts. I agree with that 100%. It's facts. I would 100%
I'd
have
be
the
like,
same.
you go, have fun, be safe. I'll stay
I'm
here.
staying here. Like fuck that. But yeah, yeah. It's just I can't. Let alone besides the fact that roster meeting is gonna be crazy. Can't wait for next year. Treyarch game. Thank the fucking god. uh,
Better be a good year.
dude. All I'm saying is Infinity Ward. What the fuck were you thinking this year, bro? Other than Warzone, because Warzone coming out probably saved COD. Thank God, because if Warzone didn't come out, you were fucked. Your COD was
I mean,
so
most
bad.
people count Warzone by itself when they talk about
Yeah,
the game.
they don't.
They
I mean, they think they're playing COD, but they don't say they're playing MW. They say they're playing fucking Warzone.
yeah, like it may say Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but underneath it says Warzone.
Warzone. Yeah, like Warzone is a different game in itself. Like,
Like for us, we were going back and forth between like playing competitive, like S&D or CDL playlist, or like if we played like playing with your brother and stuff, going and playing
uh-huh.
CDL. Like we were playing Modern Warfare.
Yep.
Most people this year were just playing
Warzone.
Warzone.
That's it. It was literally a different. It was literally like Modern Warfare and Warzone are not the same thing. Like, and goddamn Infinity Ward, you were blessed that Warzone is a thing, because if you never came out with Warzone or had any intention of coming out with Warzone, and it was
Or
just
ABR in general.
yeah, and it was just Modern Warfare all year, let me fucking tell you something, bro. Your COD would have tarnished COD 100%. This is the worst COD we've ever had by fucking far. And that's me saying something, because I couldn't stand fucking IW or Infinite Warfare. I couldn't stand that fucking game. And Matt can attest to that. I hated that game. It was always
I
the
heard
game.
it every day. Every day. I
It,
hate this game. I hate middle of the stream. I hate this game.
But like, bro, Matt can attest. It's hard for me. I'm a COD love. I love fucking COD. Like, when do I complain about a goddamn Call of Duty? I love playing the goddamn game. Even World War II was like not like the most loved COD, but I didn't say I hate this game every goddamn fucking day. Like, I would jokingly, occasionally, maybe be like, I hate this game. You know what I'm saying, as a joke. but never as bad as Modern Warfare and Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
But dude, Modern Warfare, and I think it's sad that the pros could not talk shit about this game because
I
it
mean, they
was
could. They would just get
they
fined.
would get fined, but it was in their contract that if they didn't say good things about the game, like I could understand why the league made them do that. It makes sense because if they downgrade the game and talk shit about it, it stops viewership. It lets like there's definitely a good business side of why they couldn't, because it definitely hurts the game if the pros are talking shit about it as well, and that stops other people from playing it. Well, more people than it stops more people from playing it than which already probably happened anyways because the game was bad. But
I mean,
yeah.
pros didn't even have to say anything. It's like, just go play it for yourself and find out.
But dude, this game was actually stupidly horrendous. Infinity Ward, please, like, bro. First of all, like, I don't want to get into this discussion because this recording is already an hour and 20 minutes long, which is crazy. But, dude, like, the next COD you make, I pray to God that you fucking actually have your head screwed on straight and realize how important the competitive scene is for your fucking game.
Especially like, and like, let alone the money that's gonna go into it.
Yeah, like I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that franchising was kind of like you probably made this game before you even knew franchising was gonna be a thing. Yada yada yada, whatever. But still, like I please pray to God that you get your fucking head out of your goddamn ass and realize that the competitive scene can definitely, if you fucking don't pay attention to them, your COD's gonna get hurt because of it. Like, very
And a
hurt.
lot of people are gonna get a lot of fines.
So it's like there's gonna be a lot of people that retire. Fucking Damon retired in your game. Your game is ass. You made the GOAT retire. Your game sucks. That is nuts. Karma's not a person to quit playing COD. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hated the fucking game. Like, Damon's the most competitive person that was probably in the league. Dead ass. Like, his competitive nature is insane. It would take a lot for him to stop playing. He always, like, anything that he plays, he's super talented at anything he plays. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And the fact that you made Damon retire, Damon, get a fucking grip. Your game is ass. Holy.
So now with you got Karma, Grim, and Clay. Does that mean since Grim's now the undisputed GOAT? Does that mean we name Karma the OG GOAT?
I don't know, bro.
The OG, the Godfather GOAT.
But dude, that let alone in itself, if that doesn't prove that your game sucked, I don't know what does, bro. To be honest with you, like, I'm sure it was a combination of his team not being good either, but the core reason of why he retired was because the game was fucking ass. Period. Because Karma, whether he's on it, like, his team wasn't the greatest and he wasn't in a good situation, but it's Karma. If it was a good game, he would have stuck it through the entire year. He would have played it. He would have played it through.
Yeah, and they could have probably turned it around at some point, probably.
But
because I mean, at the end of the day, it's Karma. Karma can do things like that, where he can turn a bad thing into a good thing come chance time.
Yeah, like, I just can't believe it, bro.
But when your game's this bad for that long and nothing changes,
like, that's another thing.
You make the GOAT go away.
You made Damon retire, and not only that, you came out with 2 competitive updates the entire year. There was a lot of updates this year, don't get me wrong, but only 2 of them, maybe 3, changed something with competitive. That's it.
Yeah.
That's unexcusable.
What I need to do is delete Modern Warfare and only download the Warzone.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you can do that. I need to do the same thing too, honestly. I forgot that you could do that.
Because that'll give me 400 gigabytes back.
On your plate, yeah, it's
Bro, dude, I thought IW was bad with that. With all those up, was it IW or World War II that had so many
It was.
updates.
I think it was World War II. Because
Yeah,
World War II had a lot of updates.
yeah. There's like a lot of, but see, then at the end of the day, World War II may have had a lot of updates, but they were actually fixing things.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Sledgehammer was also a developer that realized that competitive did a lot for their COD as well. So,
Yeah,
but regardless,
look at AW. They were like, oh wow, this is okay. I've never seen people do stuff like that. Okay, all right.
dude, all I'm saying, Infinity Ward, is you openly said one of your fucking devs openly said that they think competitive ruined COD. Wow. Okay, you're
Where's his
smoking.
fine?
You're
Where's his
smoking.
fine? He's downgraded. We can't talk crap. We can't talk shit about the game, or else the pros get fined. What about the devs?
I want.
Find that guy.
I just want to know what that guy was fucking smoking. Like, where's his dealer, bro? It must be some good shit.
He's probably the guy that fucking made that shotgun super overpowered
Dude,
in the beginning of the game.
and then there was an interview with like two of the main heads of Infinity Ward, openly saying that they didn't want to cater to the skilled players or the dedicated players. They wanted to cater to the people who weren't very good at the game, so they didn't back out of like, the fuck? Are you dumb? Hello? Like, you got players like me, Whitey, Matt. I don't like players that play the game. Players that play the game every day. Like, when we're off work, sometimes 8 hours a day, just sitting here grinding COD and Warzone and chilling, having fun, and we're better than your average players, but you're catering to those people who fucking are garbage. Like,
I'm better than the average player until I run into a guy in a corner with a one pump shotgun that sits in a corner and waits for me to enter a door.
it's just I don't get that mindset, bro.
And the
Like,
other thing, I almost said Treyarch, Infinity Ward, you better leave doors alone.
yeah, doors were horrendous in this game. Like, doors.
Like you didn't know where a guy was until you heard like a door squeak. And you hear a door squeak from the other side of the map, you're like, oh, he's over there.
And not only that, in COD Champs, inside of COD Champs, a series of COD Champs, a BZ could not open a door because there was a smoke on it. Hello? That's like, he was literally fucking into the door over and over again, like, open! I can't open it! There's a smoke that's blocking it because I can't open it! Like, dude, I was full. The game is so bad.
Knocking on the door, Infinity Ward, open.
Let me open the door. I can't. It's not like there's a player blocking the door. It's just a smoke grenade. There's a smoke grenade on the floor, but I can't open the door because there's a smoke.
The funny thing is, if there's a person lying in front of that door and you try to run through that door, all you do, you just move the person. like Infinity Ward makes it to where if there's someone lying in front of the door and you run through the door, that guy moves. There's a smoke there. Nope.
You can't open the door. You can't open the fucking door.
When did a smoke become more compound than a human being?
I don't understand, dude.
That must have been the biggest and fattest smoke grenade in the game.
I watched a BZ in Grand Finals of COD Champs. Grand Finals, playing for $1.5 million for first place, having a smoke stop him from opening a door, bro. Like, what the fuck, dude? And the sad part is the BZ probably wouldn't have, like, I remember that round. Like, a BZ probably would have made the play to win them that round 100%. But guess what? There's a smoke there, so I can't open the door.
That smoke said, no. No, you're not happening. Whoever's on the other side of this door is being protected by me.
I don't understand.
So that round, technically, Dallas played 6v5.
This smoke's like, I got you, dog. Like,
whoever threw the smoke, I got you. This guy's not coming through the door.
Bro, oh my god, dude. That's Infinity Ward, bro. Please take in consideration, like, the COD community competitive side may be smaller than the average player base. Don't get me wrong,
but
definitely
all of us could definitely beat the average man.
But for goddamn, like, realize how much sales and shit, or how much player base you're gonna lose. Like, we may be small, but we're a big scene at the end of the day too. So it's like, Infinity Ward, get your head out of your ass. and realize how big our scene is, and
And
realize
make
that
good camos.
you gotta
Make good camos, please.
you gotta pay attention to competitive, especially that Activision, a fucking thing you work for and make games for, is realizes how big competitive Call of Duty is and is funding a league for it, and you still don't give a shit. Crazy. Crazy. Don't get it. The reason I have the me and Chase talked about it too in a previous podcast where we just went off on Infinity Ward. No bullshit, because everyone gave the league flack. I don't know if I don't know if Chase told you about that episode, but we literally had a full blown episode that was like an hour long of us just shit talking Infinity Ward. No bullshit.
I can see it.
Literally, bro. Nah, dude. Dead ass though. Like, I don't know where the fuck Infinity was this year mentally, bro. They were fucking full blown
maybe they had COVID.
Helmets and knee pad front of the short bus. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were doing, bro.
Bro, they have their own bus. It's a golden bus.
I don't know.
Like, it's golden from all the stickers because they have no helmets left, no knee pads left. They just started putting the stickers on the bus.
I just like, you're fucking the company Activision. Activision is funding a league that is franchise that's that is cities. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fucking Chicago Huntsman, New York. You know what I'm saying? New York Subliners. It's a city-based league that's huge, and Activision is funding it. And the developer that works for that company is just like, fuck you. I don't get it.
They basically said fuck you to my PS4 with all their updates.
Like, I don't get the mindset, man. I truly don't. I don't get it. I don't know. So hopefully Infinity Ward, all I pray to God is their next game after Cold War, because you're next after that. You better fucking you better not be in your fucking golden bus. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta get a beeline out of that shit.
I want two things. I want you to leave doors alone. Leave them open. Or if they're gonna stay closed and then open, make it like Arsenal where they slide open.
Facts. You don't have to fucking slam. Fucking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't want the smoke to stop me from going through a door. And I want non-gift wrap camos.
Your game sucked,
World War
bro.
II had it. World War II had it. Doesn't mean you have to have it too.
Dude.
Like I don't want like. I will say it was better than the camos were better than World War II. Because like Clay said, it looked like someone just gift wrapped a gun.
It really did.
In a pro team camo.
It really did.
And like I get like they were trying to go for like warfare type camo, like with the camo pattern and stuff like that. But like you could have done better.
Your game sucks. What Matt's trying to say in a short
dude,
stem.
BO3 did pro team camos better.
BO3 probably had the best pro team camos. I don't know, but
so honestly, I can't wait for it. And honestly, Treyarch probably. I mean, I'm not saying Treyarch's gonna listen to this, but Treyarch's gonna be like, "We'll do better than that."
Oh, dude, Treyarch.
They're looking at MW. They're gonna be like, "Here, hold our beers. We'll show you how to run a game."
Long story short, for the people that gave League flack for like the League had in itself had some bugs, don't get me wrong, but dude, half the reason why probably most of the people talk shit about the League wasn't even the League's fault. It's because Infinity Ward fucking sucked. Dead ass.
Yeah, like players couldn't run their team camos during matches because it gave codcasters glitches.
That's in the dev error. That's definitely a dev error.
Like
that's not the League's fault.
Like, yeah, and like in CDL and like when you're scrimming people when the outfits first came out, you couldn't run those or else you had active camo. Like I didn't know. It's like I didn't Infinity Ward. I didn't know you were putting out specialists in this game.
Like that, and that's not the league's
Yeah,
fault. That's Infinity
in
Ward's fault.
yeah, I forgot who. I think it was like me, Austin. Was it us scrimming? Like doing a pickup scrim or something, and we scrimmed Mark's team, and one of Mark's players had like a phase thing on, and like I remember specifically. I was on train on Gunrunner. He went from pipe room, was gonna go mid to green, and I see him come out, and then he disappeared. And I was like, all right. I was like,
You pop gamma, guys.
because someone died by him, and I was like, where is he? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I don't know either. I saw him and he disappeared.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't help you much.
That's I mean, and like for the booting offline situations at Champ, like the pause feature was on LAN. That's not the league's fault. The pause feature can't be implemented by the league. Guess who implements that? That's the devs, and it wasn't a thing for online. So where does all 90% of the problems that happen this year stem to? Fucking Infinity Ward. You guys suck.
Golden bus.
Yep, you guys fucking suck. Make a better game and think of competitive, because if you guys don't, you're gonna have another Modern Warfare. Just saying.
And you better pray to God you have a good BR.
Warzone 2 better be fucking stellar.
We're gonna bring Verdansk back. We're just gonna transfer it to the next game. And we're just gonna change up the guns.
Like, dude, I mean, if they make another fucking Modern Warfare, they better. That's their only fucking chance. But either way, this fucking. It's an hour and 40 long minute fucking FatherSonCast. I wouldn't expect anything less for the first episode, because it's me and Matt at the end of the day. We're just like,
bro, if you didn't have work, we'd be going another 3 hours.
But like Matt's another person alongside Chase. Like Jason was definitely, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but Chase is definitely like my go-to person talking COD with, because for the most part, me and him had the same mindset. But Matt is a person I could talk about COD with forever too. But Chase is definitely my like go-to. But Chase isn't here.
Yeah, because Cole and Chase could definitely they can agree on the same things, think the same way, and then I'm more of like the guy that's like I'll sit here and listen, and I'll throw in like I can like throw in like a different option or like a different perspective of things, and then that leads into another like 30 minutes of talking.
but like if me and Matt and Chase ever, like me and Chase had Matt on a Plebcast episode, and me and Chase definitely did a good majority of the talking. That's for damn sure. But
because one of them was like a prediction one, and it was like, oh, I see this, and I see this happening, and I see it being this, and then Chase does the same thing. That's like 10, 15 minutes right there. Matt, what do you have? I got 3-2. All right, next match.
That's pretty much how it went. But yeah, I'm looking forward to future episodes with Matt and the FatherSonCast. But like I said, want to do another quick shout out to Chase, because, like I said, the Plebcasts are super fun to record, and I miss the guy. So yeah, Chase, if you watch this by some chance, we fucking miss you, buddy.
Yep. Yes, we do.
But that's gonna do it for the first edition of the FatherSonCast.
Sure.
But we're definitely gonna keep continuing the trend in the next year. I think if Chase even comes back, I think I'm still gonna do this with Matt. It's super fun. We're probably gonna come back every time a roster move happens, that something gets announced. Me and Matt will come back and talk about it. Probably won't be as long as this episode, but yeah.
I mean, it probably could, knowing us.
Yeah, it probably could. But and then it will continue. This series will definitely continue into next year in terms of predictions, and then the aftermath of events, and anything Call of Duty League related. Pretty much is going to be covered by the father-son duo right here. But yeah, hope you guys.
Sorry to J-Cat for my sniper being too good.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Want to give a shout out to Royal Outbreak 2. Matt helps out with the org, and I'm a content creator for him. So shout out to Royal Outbreak
and Lethal Divide.
Matt, Matt.
I kind of have to do it on that. I had to do it on that one because I work with Royal and I work with Lethal Divide.
Yeah, Matt's a part of both. I'm strictly Royal Outbreak, so Matt can throw in his Lethal Divide plug. But I do love Tyler too.
Yes,
Don't get me
we
wrong.
love Tyler.
But
He actually
yeah,
won $400 on a scratch off.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Royal Outbreak on Twitter. Matt, you can plug Loyal, or you can plug Lethal if you want. But
Yep. So yep, definitely check out Royal. Primarily check out Royal. If you feel like it, go check out Lethal Divide. And if for some reason free agent team's looking for a team, Lethal Divide is looking for a team.
Yep.
In CS:GO for season 35. I don't know why you would be watching this, but if you happen to watch it, you play CS and you think your team could do good in season 35, hit up me at I_Smex on Twitter or
I'll link. I'll.
Tyler. Well, you don't have to put Tyler's in, but I'll
I
throw in
won't put
Tyler's.
Tyler's, but I'll put your Twitter in the
Yeah.
description for sure.
Hit up me. Hit up Tyler at T. Was it T Goody?
T Goody something. I don't know.
I don't know. Like it's like T Goody. T Goody. T Goody 603 is Tyler's Twitter. Hit up him, or you can tweet or DM the Lethal Divide Twitter.
Other than that, the only plugs I gotta fill in too is mine and Matt's Twitch, twitch.tv/iColdTV, and then Matt.
Twitch.tv/Smex___.
Yeah. What me and Matt. When we decide to stream, it's a good time. Trust. You want to be there. So follow us on Twitch and go tune in. But other than that, that's been the first episode, and we'll catch you guys the fuck later. Peace.
Yes, sir.